Hello, welcome to week 7 vlog, the week before the half term, so lots of preparing things. Okay, so for singing this week we collaborated our whole singing project with Group B. So lots and lots of reblocking, moving things around so it works with everyone, just working together with the Group B, which we haven't done a lot before, so it was really interesting to work with them, considering we'll be doing a final major project with them next year. It's really interesting to see like the characters we'll be working with, and like people as in characters, sorry, and how we can work together instead of just being blocky and weird. So it was definitely awkward at first, and I'd say that was, I'll talk about that later, more on that later. But moving things around, singing together at one point we matched up, because the sections were the same, so we matched up with a group 2 from Group B, and sang everything over together to make sure it sounded okay and we were all clear on what we were singing, and it was really good. When we went and sang it together, it just worked really well, which is great that our piece was developed in a way that it could easily combine with someone else's, but great that we could work well as a group with people we've not really worked with before, which I think was quite effective. And then we came together making sure everything was in the round. The space was a little bit busy. It was very stressful working in. Like I said last time, green room with the whole of my form was a lot. With 2 forms, God was it packed. So that was definitely something we were all very stressing over. Sure. So what was effective this week is, it's going to be another one that contrasts each other. What was effective is our ability to come together, but also not. It was that we could combine our work so easily and not like have to make any sacrifices or anything like that, which I think was lovely, and being able to work together in tandem well, which is great for a performance considering we only had a week like to prepare to get all of us together working together. What could be effective is not being so worried about it. We were so also worried about like what we look like and how the other ones work, like because we're going to be working with the other group a lot, so what we need to work on is being able to work with them without having all the awkward of, oh, I don't really know your name, and you know, it's strange, and obviously it's going to get some getting used to, but as performers we need to be okay with working with people we're not familiar with, so that is something that we definitely need to improve. For singing, and then in dance we showed Catherine all the transitions we'd got, lovely. We also focused on timings as well, because she noticed a lot of us had sped up just to because we'd done it so many times, we were just like, oh, I gotta do this now, and then this and this and this, and she was like, no, take your time in the moment, take your time on the stage. We also worked more on emotions again, so we did one run through and then Catherine was like, no, do it again, but shock me, make it your best one yet, and we really did. We actually managed to pull those emotions back, and she was like, yeah, great. Which I think is great that we've been accumulated that emotion work that we've been working on for a past couple of weeks into something we can actually see that we focused on, a target that we had to do. We also made sure we didn't run off the space, because often when we're on our way out we're like, okay, get off the space, but no, we're still performing on our way out. Our audience is going to watch us when we're walking off, when we're not on stage, so we need to make sure that we're taking our time with it and focusing on characters. We also learned this week that Leah, our Hecuba, who is the main character of the dance, let's say, can't do the performance after half term. So Catherine chose 3 people to split her sections into, and I was one of the ones that got chosen. I do Leah's first bit of choreography. It's going to be simplified down for me, hopefully, because I'm not an amazing ballet dancer. But that's really, really scary, because like I was talking about, doing solos before with a group, that was fine, but it will be pretty much just me being the only one moving, on stage. So that's something I'll do. I'll study Leah's videos like a hawk and hopefully learn them in the day when we get back after half term. So we're all ready to go. So what was effective about that whole thing is how quickly we turned around and reacted to feedback from Catherine. So her saying, you're going to slow that, do that next, and then like the next time we did it, it was good to go. And like working with emotions and pulling back the feelings from that for the characters we were doing, how she can be like, that was such a difference just in 2 performances. It's great that we can instantly react to feedback. What will be effective, especially for me, is to be able to take on that solo for Leah with as minimal fuss as possible. I know it's going to be hard, but preparing myself to do it and not ending up having to drop out of it. I really want to do this, and I hope I can. So that was dance. I got intense then. That's what will be better. That's my target. For acting, we continued on to doing Old Men Without Masks, thank God. So we cleaned up those movements and started adding words to it. So talking about how those characters would speak from a text that we were given, during words that the characters would focus on, would like work with the old men characters that we'd picked, and then coming together as a group. So what was effective is how quickly my group incorporated the words that we were given into our piece, how quickly we could select, yep, that's what our characters would say, yep, and then put them in at certain points. It was, the turnaround of that was really great for us. I'm quite proud of that. And then what we can work on as a target, what could be improved on, is coming together as a whole group, which is what we did at the end of it. We needed to put them all together in the space and then film it on one of the college iPads. So that was something that we definitely needed to work on. It's was a little bit messy, and we didn't really interact with each other as the old men. So when we perform it, that needs to happen, obviously, so we can work on our ensemble skills. Our form is a great ensemble, so we should be able to pull it together really quickly. So that's our target. Well, something I can't tell everyone, you know what I mean. For Lysistrata, we started preparing to like make them ready to perform. So we performed little sections to each other, and Nige came around and watched as we just did some final preparations for it. And then we did it where the characters had to run from across the stage in almost like a kiss chase to their scene. So that was really fun to let my actors just be like, yeah, do it, and I'll tell you how you did. Like, just improvise it. You know these characters by now. You can do this. Which was really great. I think it was effective on their part to be able to jump really quickly into that, and it was like effective how well they did. And then something that we could improve on is like the awkwardness has come back, which is something that's bothered me, because I was like, we got rid of it, come on girls. I think it's because we went a long time without doing it, and now it feels staged, because it is staged, but they've done it so many times that it's that's how it looks when you watch it. So something we can all work on together is making sure we can get rid of that. So maybe changing some things around so they feel like, so the blocking looks better on stage and in the round, which is my target for after the half term, when we put it in the actual theatre and see how it looks in the space. Cool. Oh, we also decided as directors that instead of picking like 3 that were really like that were the best and running the whole scenes, we decided to everyone do small sections of their piece, so everyone gets a chance to perform it, everyone feeds back, which I think is just really reflective of how we work as a form. We're all supporting each other and we want everyone to get a chance to shine on stage. Yeah, that was effective as well. 2 whole things, woo! And then in Unit 7, just presenting our makeup ideas. I'm not going to go too much into this because there's a whole separate tab on it, but just I think it was really interesting how when we had to do growth mindset presentations in the first term, we were all really stressed about it and really freaking out, but then when we did it for this term for makeup, we were all like, yeah, okay, whatever, sure, I don't mind. And then we didn't even have to do it in front of like a whole class, we just did it to each other. So it was nice how casual it was and how easily we accepted that. I think that was really cool. Alright, this was rushed through, but this is just because I have to re-record loads of the stuff. Anyway, Bye, end of vlog. Woo, week 7 after the half term. Woo.